Chloe Bailey. Now, Chloe is that little girl from, what is this? Chloe and Haley, that group. There's like sisters that do music together. But trust me, based on Chloe's recent moves, we are about maybe uh 2 months before she drops a solo project and wants to do her own solo career. I can already see it. And she was on Instagram once again crying. On Instagram crying. And she was crying because people or a certain segment of individuals were being critical of the fact that she was doing she was acting like an Instagram model, right? And she's been steadily moving towards this like sexualized version of herself recently, where it started with her doing like the busted challenge. Uh, and she's a very attractive woman, beautiful black woman. So she does the busted challenge first, and then I think a couple of days later she does the silhouette challenge. Right? Is that thing where girls where they dance either in their underwear or naked, but the lights are off, so you just see the silhouette of their body, right? It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Once again, she's a beautiful woman. And then she was on Instagram, like walking around in her underwear. In fact, let me see if I can find this video of her walking around in her underwear. So look at this. So she's walking around her underwear on Instagram, doing her thing. Good vibes only. Beautiful woman. Like I said, beautiful woman. And this is her thing, dancing around in underwear on Instagram. And this behavior is not like it's not just Chloe doing this. This has been kind of is a woman thing recently, where they're all selling sex now. So that happens. Then she goes on Instagram and she starts crying. And I'm gonna end this share here. Sorry. Right? And so then she goes on Instagram and she cries because certain women were commenting about her, saying that now she's showing off. Now she's, turning into a thought, turning into like an Instagram hoe. And she was crying on Instagram, saying that the reason why she acts the way she acts now is because she finally loves her body. And once again, this is an example of where social media will lead people, but especially women, down the wrong feedback loop, because it'll make you think that what you're doing is correct, but it's not. Chloe is a girl who she came from a pretty good family from what it looks like to me. I remember seeing her on a Breakfast Club, and she was there with her sister, and I think her father was there as well. And so it seemed like she had a man in her life, which is a great thing. She looks to be somebody who was very, very sheltered, though, right? Like sheltered from the real world. Someone whose father kind of probably kept her away from being sexualized as much as he could. But now she's a woman now. She's early 20s. I think she's like 20 or 21 or something like that. Early 20s. And she's falling into the same social media trap that everyone else falls through. And so she puts it out there. Some women are critical. It was absolutely the minority of women, because all I see with Chloe is black women celebrating her. You go, girl. Yeah, you know what? Oh my God, look, Chloe, she's looking thick. She's out there slaying it. That's all I saw on my timeline. I did not see anybody criticizing Chloe, right? She probably saw the minority of comments from women who were criticizing her, and it broke her down. And so she was crying on Instagram. And then what happened in response to her crying on Instagram, she was rewarded by all of these celebrities and think pieces about, oh my God, protect Chloe, and Chloe's doing nothing wrong. She's just being a girl, embracing her inner beauty. Stop policing the bodies of black women. All of this shit, all of it, and that's not confidence. We have to move away from this belief that unless you are, for men it's different. For men it's if you're not cursing, being super aggressive, you're not keeping it real. And for women, if you're not showing your behind, if you're not, walking around, on your Instagram in your underwear, then you don't love your body. It's okay to be a normal person. Right? It is okay to walk around the world and not show your body and still be confident. You don't have to show everyone what you're working with. You don't have to show everyone what you got. You don't. And we need to have this conversation because a lot of girls are getting this message that unless they put their body on the internet for public consumption, then they don't love themselves. Right? So let me read you some of what she said on her Instagram Live after she got the flack. Right? She says, "It's really hard for me to think of myself as a sexual being or an attractive being, quite frankly," she admitted. "So when I see all the uproar about my post and stuff, I'm a bit confused. Like, I really don't understand because I've never seen myself in that way or in that light. So I take it as a huge compliment that you all see me as a sexy being. I don't post what I post to get attention. I don't need that. Chloe, that is a lie. If you didn't want the attention, you wouldn't post anything. The biggest lie in the world. You do want attention. You seem to need it a lot. And so you're constantly upping the ante to get the attention that you got before. And that's the feedback loop from social media that I keep talking about. You post one thing, you get a lot of likes and comments. So then if you post the same thing, you're not going to get as many likes and comments. So now you have to go a step further and post something more salacious. And the next time, more salacious. And now we're in a world where walking around in your underwear for the world to see is considered normal behavior when it is not normal behavior. And so Chloe's saying that she's not looking for attention when she clearly is looking for attention. That's why she did the Buster challenge, right? Because she knew what the attention she knew the attention she would get. It's why she did the silhouette challenge, because she knew the attention that she would get. And it's why she was walking around in her underwear on Twitter, because she knew the attention she would get. She continues, "I'm such a nerd. Like, I'm not worldly at all. But when I perform and when I make music and when I dance, that's when I get to tap into the sexiest side of myself. And that's where I find my confidence. I'm not going to cry this time," she said as she began to tear up. "So it really means a lot to me when I can finally get to a place where I share who I really am. And I've been like really insecure for a long time. And I'm finally like at that place where I have self-confidence. And I'm really happy that I get to share that with you all." And then she says, "For every woman out there, don't change who you are to make society feel comfortable." You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? This is what I mean. This is the single track thought process you are allowed to have. Anyone who says, Chloe, maybe not just, walk around Instagram in your underwear. "Oh, I'm trying to police a woman's body. I hate women. I'm a misogynist." No, I'm looking out for you, because clearly you're not as confident as you are if you had to make an Instagram video in response to people's criticisms and you're sitting there crying. Avoid the social media. If I could title this live stream, which it's not titled what I want it to be titled, I would title it "Avoid the social media feedback loop." Avoid the social media feedback loop. That is what I would tell all of these young women, right? AOC needs to avoid the social media feedback loop. Chloe, you need to avoid the social media feedback loop. Avoid it at all costs. At all costs. And then now she's being rewarded because the cleanup process is happening. So everyone is showering her with praise after she was crying on Instagram. Celebrities are releasing statements telling her, "You go, girl, keep it up." And all that's going to lead to is she'll be dropping some sexy stuff in a month from now, and somebody's going to say something, and she'll be back crying in this constant feedback loop of attention. So Chloe, I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell AOC. You don't have high self-esteem. You need to get some, and you're not going to get it from social media. AOC needs mental help from a professional. You need to find a way to feel confident about yourself that doesn't require men and women in your comment section thirsting over you and showering you with praise. Avoid the trap. Avoid the trap.